Welcome to Many Voices, Many Visions. I'm your host, Norma Holland. Currently, Monroe County has about 1,100 children in its foster care system. They range in age from newborn to 18. And they arrive in foster care for a variety of reasons, but all of them need loving homes. My next guest is here to encourage you to consider being a foster parent yourself. Sally Bacchetta is an adoptive parent who works closely with foster parents, and she's here today to tell us all about, well, May is National Foster Care Month, and she wanted to talk about it. First off, Sally, for people who are watching, we often hear about people who adopt and bring children into their home via that method, through adoption. But foster care is a different thing altogether, right?
That's right. Foster care in and of itself is transitional. It's a transitional placement. I think of it as temporary permanent, because in the child's mind, it needs to be permanent in the moment. The child in foster care needs to believe and feel that they belong, that they are integrated into your family. The temporary part it's very variable on how long that is going to last. You could have a child placed in your home for foster care for a month or a year or 3 years.
How do they get to that point in the first place? What situation does a child find her or herself in which they need to be placed in foster care in the first place?
The bottom line is that their family and home life has collapsed for a variety of reasons: abuse, neglect, addiction, mental illness, violence in the home. There's a number of reasons, but the bottom line is that a social worker or a child protective or a teacher or a school guidance counselor started the ball rolling, realizing that this home is not safe for the child.
Okay. So while the parents get their act together,
Right,
presumably, hopefully, the child is then placed in an environment which, again, presumably and hopefully, is a safe environment in which they can remain, like you said, for that temporary, permanent time. Some of these cases end up being where it is temporary, but many times the child stays.
Absolutely. And children can stay in foster care in a home for a number of years, until such time as the natural parents decide to relinquish and terminate their parental rights. They may do that very quickly. They may never do that, in which case a child could be in a foster care home with a family for years and years and never be adopted by that family, which means their natural parents still have visitation and the child may move back and forth between the two homes.
Is it until the parent relinquishes their parental rights that a child then is available for adoption? I mean, is that basically how it works?
Exactly. And the parental relinquishment can happen two ways. The parents can voluntarily do it, or in some cases, for example, if the mother is supposed to be in rehab for an addiction and does not follow through, or someone's on probation and they don't follow through, the state can mandate, the state can, after a series of obstacles and a series of steps, can terminate the parental rights, and then the child is available for adoption.
And in that case, hopefully they're still young enough to be adopted, because after the age of 18, they kind of outgrow the system?
They age out of the system.
Age out
Absolutely.
of the system, yeah.
You know, and it surprises a lot of people, though. Even children as old as 14 or 15 who are in foster care homes, many of them desperately want to be adopted, which surprises a lot of people. We think of adoption as something for younger children.
Yeah.
But even these teenagers want a feeling that they are part of a permanent family.
When we come back, we're going to learn more about some of the specifics of being a foster parent. What are some of the requirements for those who are interested? And of course, maybe you could see yourself in this role. We're going to have some tips and some information for you. When we come back, we'll have more with Sally Bacchetta. We're talking all about being a foster parent.